I'm going to introduce myself. My partner, Erick Claudio, is going to bring you folks through some systems that we've created. But I already told you my name. I told you I was born in Inglewood, California, got my real estate license when I was a senior in high school. I'm going to be 60 years old in April, so that means I've been doing this 41 years. I've seen, if I started selling real estate in 79 and started working in a real estate office in 77, which was my father's company, if you do the math, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the aughts, the teens, that's 5 decades. Now we're in the 20s. That's real life experience of real estate through 6 decades. And there's not many people that are my age that can say that. And I'm really proud to be able to say that. So what I'm going to announce today is I have started and founded a few companies in my career. I've built over 60 homes. I started onlineloans.com. I founded eBusiness Intellect. I founded Value Mortgage. And I founded eReal Estate Corporation. And eReal Estate Corporation, when I started it, was founded on principles of empowering agents and empowering property owners to make decisions that are best for them. After 5 decades, hey, Greg, what are you eating? Greg in Seattle.
Trail mix.
I'm messing around. Okay. Being in real estate for 6 decades, I've seen transitions in the real estate business, right? And I've always thought that real estate was handled awkwardly. And what I mean by awkwardly is it's always been a one-size-fits-all business, which means you charge 5% or you charge 6% or you're insulted by your peers. That's one size fits all. Now, we all know that we all wear different size pants, we all wear size jackets, and one size does not fit all. And technology has changed that. This is why I started eReal Estate Corporation. So as I'm working and I created these eSeller programs that I created eSeller programs, eBuyer programs, instant offer programs. I created houses for veterans. I created a neighborhood relocation program that's going to go national. I trademarked it. Now I'm working on this stuff with my company, eReal Estate Corporation. And then God puts eXp and eXp International in front of me. And I'm an entrepreneur. I have not worked for a real estate company in many, 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 many years. And I don't consider myself joining eXp, which I'm really proud right now to announce that my license today is officially with eXp and eXp International. I'm really proud to announce that this is the start of the eXp Platinum Group. One of the regional directors, Mr. Nate Butcher, is on right now. When you look at history with the way technology has changed, you can actually go onto the MLS and see how much business a person does. Right? So they started tracking that in 1993. So you can go onto the MLS and put on my name and see how much business that I've closed since 1993. I got a Hall of Fame award with RE/MAX in 1993 when they started tracking it. I got a Hall of Fame award with RE/MAX. That was for making $1 million. So moving it forward, we are announcing the eXp Platinum Group. The eXp Platinum Group will be national, it will be local, and it will be very cool. Someone, can you hit your mute button, please?
Oh, very cool. Wow.
There's a lot of noise in the background. Chris, thank you. So our Platinum Group, again, I'm going to say will be local, it will be national, and it will be international. So what do I mean by local? Our neighborhood relocation program will be able to be delivered into your local neighborhood at a commission structure that's right for you and your client. Erick's going to go into the neighborhood relocation program. We're in 12 neighborhoods right now. We will be in 1,000 under the eXp Platinum Group. Our Houses for Veterans program is going to be one of the most powerful programs in eXp, and it's going to be a stable program for us. We're going to assist veterans in buying as many homes as they possibly can. Our eSeller program is a program that gives our team at eXp Platinum Group control. We will offer a certain percentage of commission to our clients, which is a 2% commission. And we will give the the property owner control to a certain degree of what the buyer's agent commission is going to be. This is empowering executive agents to make the proper decisions, knowing that right now we all have Redfin in front of us, we all have Zillow in front of us, and then we have an executive organization called eXp in front of us. So I'm going to say that I'm very proud to announce the launch of our group. Our group, eXp Platinum, just had an agent join us in Reno. My license just went today. I'm going to give you an idea of some strength here. There's a golf club in Reno, Nevada, called Montreux Golf Club. We just launched an agent's neighborhood relocation program. It's at Montreux Golf Course. It's called Montreux Neighborhood Relocation. She's got 3 domain names now: Montreux Relocation, Montreux Relo, and Montreux Neighborhood Relocation. This one individual agent is going to disrupt her marketplace at the Montreux Country Club. She's so stoked. She hasn't even signed up with eXp yet. She doesn't even know about eXp until I called her up and told her, look, we're going to have a national reach now, and we're going to have an international reach. Now, there's another person on right now. Her name is Nina Patel. She's also a broker. eXp Platinum Group reserved eXp Platinum India. Nina Patel is going to be solely focused on growing the eXp brand in India while she's doing her real estate transactions in Redondo Beach, California. So I'm going to tell you that just for a moment that I'm really proud to announce my affiliation with eXp. My business partner, Erick, Claudio, is going to go over some of the programs. And if you decide at one point you want to be a part of eXp, or you want to be a part of the eXp Platinum Group, at the end of Erick's presentation, on our board, we have a simple board of 5 people. We have PhDs on our board. We have master degrees on our board. We have a group that know how to do real estate business and know how to use intellectual real estate properties the way they should be. So on the last page of Erick's presentation, you will see all of the phone numbers and email addresses to all of us on the team, except for the PhD. You'll have her email address. We have her busy trying to figure out how to grow eXp Platinum Group throughout the nation and as far as we can. So Nate, I want to thank you for bringing me onto eXp. This is Nate Butcher right here. By the way, when Nate Butcher, before he signed me up with eXp, he saw my neighborhood relocation program. He said, Dean, I want it. And I said, well, Nate, you got to be part of the group. And he says, Dean, I'm the one above you. And I said, but you got to be part of the group. And then I said, okay, Nate, you got it. So again, I want to thank you for having us aboard. I want to introduce Erick Claudio. I'm going to step aside. Erick will do a good job going through the other part of the program. And again, my cell phone is on the last page. I'm available anytime. I respond very quickly to my clients. In fact, I'm going to say this on my resume when I meet with people. I have a list of 40 of my clients, of my best clients. They allow me to put their phone number on there. And I always tell people that I meet with, if you ever want to check the level of my service, just call any one of those 40 numbers on my resume. And I invite you guys, if anybody wants to check the level of my professionalism in our real estate business, you can call anybody on a resume. Now, with the eXp Platinum Group, we will digitize your own personal resume. If you join our group, you will have a 24-page resume that's exclusive to you. You will end up having your own neighborhood relocation program implemented within 2 weeks. And if you want to work with veterans, you'll have that opportunity as well. Okay, Erick, Claudio, please come over and take over. And thank you so much for coming into this meeting. And thank you for your time. I'm really proud to be here. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I'm Erick, Claudio. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We have 29 people on here. Some of you guys were personally invited by me. Some of you guys may have seen the email we sent out. I wanted to thank my partner, Dean Thomas, for the introduction. Thank you, Nate Butcher, for showing us what's going on over at the eXp world. And thank you guys once again for being here. So just a reintroduction about myself. My name is Erick Claudio. I'm the Director of Agent Systems with the eXp Platinum Group. I'm also a partner agent. I've been licensed since I was 18 years old. And currently the programs that I'm about to go over with you guys have significantly improved my business. Dean and I put these together with our e-business intellect company to execute them for eReal Estate Corp, which is now going to be eXp Platinum. And I currently have personally a couple escrows open because of these programs, and I have more down the pipeline as well. So I'm excited to share them with you. So I'm going to go ahead and start giving you a little bit of a background on how this came to be where we are today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen with everybody. So if everybody can see that, let me get a quick little thumbs up if you're on the camera. Great. So this is our presentation for today, guys. We put this together to show you how we can help you dominate your business in 2021 and move forward. Currently, we are advertising and looking for agents to join our team. We've been doing that for the past few months, and we've had an overwhelming response of people applying. And actually, I was doing these presentations one-on-one with people individually, but I learned from Nate that it's a better idea to just make it a group one, just like we are right now. So every Tuesday at 1 p.m., I'm going to be going over this presentation. So if you guys see value in this and you want to invite a friend for next week, happy to do so, okay? So let me give you a little bit of a background, right? We have our board of directors here, and this consists of Dean Thomas, which you met, myself. We have Tom Hannerhan, who's on this call right now. Tom is a software engineer for American Honda, one of their top guys. We have Jan Thomas, who's our administrative director. Couldn't do anything without Jan. We have Claudia Hannerhan, who's a PhD in business management and happens to be Tom's wife. She's also on our board of directors. And together, guys, we form a team to bring all of these programs to you to help you guys dominate your business, okay? And additionally, we've added Nate Butcher. Nate, welcome to the team. Nate is our Director of Agent Relations. He's going to be helping us with the onboarding process. So anybody who decides to join will end up talking to Nate at some point, or his team, right? So I'm going to come back to my next slide here. And this is our story, guys. So let me take it back to 1979 when Dean Thomas got his license. And at that time, he was a top producing agent. He was 18, just like myself. We both started young in the business. And he got his license in 1979. Top producing agent. 1993, got the RE/MAX Hall of Fame Award. And he's been trained by Tony Robbins, Mike Ferry, Tom Hopkins, all the top guys, right? So, we're learning from the best. So, and then let's move over a little more to 1996. This is when these companies that are listed here were founded, which is Value Mortgage, Bayside Properties, South Bay Development, Online Loans, and eBusiness Intellect. These were all founded by Dean Thomas. And so what happened, guys, is this happened in 1996. Dean opens up all of these companies, right? Grows the company Bayside Properties, which is a brokerage, grows it up to 60 agents, right? And manages that company. And then later on, in the late 2000s, he decides that it's best to focus on the big projects like developments, Value Mortgage, Online Loans, eBusiness Intellect. So he did a merge with Keller Williams, put all those agents over there. If eXp was real at this time when he merged these 50, 60 agents to eXp, Dean Thomas probably be rich right now. I probably wouldn't even be here right now. But Nonetheless, guys, that happened, right? And what he did is he took his most productive agents from that group and he created eReal Estate Corp, right? Always with the vision of utilizing technology to execute business and be efficient, and always providing executive services to our clients, empowering our agents to empower their clients, right? And then, so eReal Estate was in full force in 2012. Then in 2017 is when I came along. And Dean and I joined forces. We started creating and conceptualizing marketing programs that I'm going to be sharing with you in a little bit, which is like our neighborhood relocation, houses for veterans, eBuyer, eSeller, etc. And just so you guys know, I have a background in design and digital marketing. So when Dean and I joined forces, it became very seamless to create these products and get them going, right? So a little forward now in 2020, what happened, guys, when COVID came around, we knew there was about to be a big shift in market in the world, right? And we really wanted to be ahead of that curve. So I remember Dean comes up to me one day, and this is kind of how it dominoed. He tells me, Eric, what if we create a way for buyers to submit offers online? They write their price, they write their terms, and they're able to sign and submit the offer online without having to talk to somebody, all on the website. Came back to him a few weeks later, and I'm like, Dean, I made it happen, right? So right here's a couple of the topics we're going to go over, guys. You guys already kind of got tuned into that. But that's how our eBuyer service was created, okay? And our eBuyer service is very powerful because it allows people to submit their own offer online on any property that's for sale. So this program is very forward-thinking, guys. Let me tell you why. I think a lot of us here will agree that the consumer is becoming smarter, right? If we look back 20 years, Dean Thomas just recently did a class about the shift, and we saw how, you guys can check that out on YouTube later, but we saw how Redfin, Trulia, and those companies came out. I think it was the late 2000s. Now that they're around, you know, people are educated. They know about listings sometimes before the agents know about the listings, right? So when is it going to get to the point where they're even submitting their own offers? Well, that point is now. That's our eBuyer program, right? And let me show you guys how the website looks. I'm gonna be switching out from this presentation into the websites, guys, so you guys can see the actual live version. So just so you guys know, currently we're still going through the transition of becoming eXp Platinum. So the marketing I'm going to show you is still going to have eReal Estate Corp, which is our previous team, right? But this is the top of the page. So if you guys come into our website, this is what you're going to see. And there's a video here explaining everything. But here's this form that I mentioned. And on this form, any buyer can come in, submit their price, terms, good faith, close of escrow date, and everything. And then they hit, I'm not a robot, they hit submit. And then they end up with another page where all of these terms they just input are laid out. And all they got to do is press a button and they're going to sign it. Our agent gets a copy, the buyer gets a copy. Okay. So we also integrate our eBuyer program with our seller programs like our eSeller and eFull Service program. And I'll show you guys how, right? But before I do so, let me just tell you 2 ways that I use the eBuyer program. One, I use it to educate my first-time buyers. If I'm working with somebody who's buying for the first time, I can say, well, go to my website, learn about all the terms that go into an offer, right? Way number 2 is when you're working with an investor and they may be more savvy and experienced with what all these terms mean. You can say, well, Mr. Investor, you can go to my website and sign and submit your own offer. You know, you don't even have to talk to me, have control over all these items if you'd like. So that's 2 ways that I use it. Now, going back to my presentation here, I just told you guys that the eBuyer service integrates with eSeller and eFull Service. How? That's with this for sale sign, okay? So as you can see on this for sale sign, you're able to do 4 things because of this sign. And by the way, property owners love this. We were competing with a couple of agents on our listing recently. He loved our for sale sign. It's part of the reason why he decided to work with us, right? So on that note, though, there's 4 things you can do because of the sign. It's going to have everything you guys see eReal Estate Corp right now is going to be eXp Platinum, FYI, okay? So people, when this sign is outside of a listing, people are able to come in, virtually tour the home by going to the website, right? Then we have a text automation, so they can text this number and this word, and they're going to get instant information on the property. That's 2 things. And they're able to contact you directly, right? You got your information down here, and they're able to submit an online offer, right? So what do I mean by that exactly? Well, people are going to be able to be there, go to your website, go to the website that you see there, 55519 West 133rd. You go to that website, and on there it's going to say submit online offer. So like I say here, all while they're standing in front of the property, they could virtually tour the home, get instant information with the text automation, contact you, and even submit an offer, all while they're standing in front of the home. And by the way, eBuyer, eSeller, all of these forms that I'm going to go over with you guys, our eXp Platinum agents get their own personalized version of these forms, okay? So that's how our eBuyers program works. Now I'm going to go into our eSeller program, okay? And, you know, we really wanted to empower our agents to empower their clients with options. I don't know if you guys will agree that it's a very competitive market right now for listings, and we need strategies, we need ideas, we need to be creative to get more listings. And this is one way. What you do is you come into the seller, and I'm gonna come into the website so you guys can see the eSeller service. And it explains everything that's involved with the service. And then there's a question right down here. How much do you want to offer the buyer's agent broker as a commission? And the options go from 1.5 all the way up to 3%, right? So what happens when, you know, when you guys go to a listing appointment and the property owner asks, Carol or Elisa that you just came in, thank you, Lisa, for joining us. I just interviewed 3 other agents. This is the property owner talking to you, saying, hey, I just interviewed 3 other agents. What are you going to do to help me save money? They told me XYZ ways are going to help me save money. How are you going to help me save money? And keep in mind, sometimes people just want to save money, but need to save money because of their circumstance, right? Well, you can say, Mr. Seller, you can take advantage of my eSeller program, where I'm going to charge you your 2.5% commission, whatever you like as the listing agent. And I allow you to select the commission for the buyer's agent, right? And along with that, I would add some information like, Mr. Seller, it's proven statistics that when you offer a higher commission, you get more incentivized people to show your property, which could result in a higher sales price, right? But we already know that everybody's going to go for the 1.5%, right? Now, I know that what some of you here may be thinking, well, what about the other agents? Are they going to get mad at me? Well, let's be honest. It's a very competitive market. We sold the property recently with 1.5% commission for the buyer's agent, showings every weekend, multiple offers, sold very quickly. So, and then just the way the sales prices are today, guys, I mean, I think a lot of us here will agree it's better to get 1.5% than nothing, right? So, and because the sales prices are so high, those commission amounts are still very handsomely, very handsome for you as well. So that's our eSeller program. You can use this to market it. And just so you guys know right now, it's just this website, and then you get the form on your website as well, personal website, which I'll get into. But I'm actually going to be making this eBuyer, eSeller instant offer into its own website for each agent. So we're going to go over in total how many websites you get when you join the Platinum group, but this is one of them. Okay, and I just wanted to throw that out there. So now I'm going to go over our eFull service program. And our eFull service program is where you can say it's, I guess, the more standard listing process, but with executive service and you know, the utmost performance for your clients. And we're going to charge a full 5-6% commission. We're going to market all of our listing, all the properties we list are marketed to the eBuyers that we have. And you always give them the executive service. And of course, we cover all of the high-end marketing, which includes the professional website, the photography, 3-dimensional tours, and the for sale sign that we saw there earlier, right? So, you know, we didn't want to have an eSeller program where people save money and not have a program where you can also charge the commission that you'd like, and you can offer your eFull service program, okay? And we have a website for that as well. Yeah, and you know, you don't have to use any of the programs if you don't want to either. You know, it's all, you're empowered to do whatever you'd like. So that's how we want to roll here at eXp Platinum. So this is the website. I just wanted to walk that through with you guys, okay? That's the website for it. Delete those tabs. So now I'm going to go into our instant offer program, okay? And so just so you guys know, I don't know if you guys are realizing, but we have multiple rods in the water for each of our agent, right? The fisherman who has 6 rods in the water is going to catch a lot more than the one who has 2. So this is what we want to set up for our agents, so they're able to get leads and business from different sources, okay? And this is another one, which is our instant offer program. So our instant offer program, if I come into the website here, you're going to see that if you click on the corner, instant offer, a form pops out and it says, fill out the form below to receive an offer on your property within 72 hours. So because here at eXp Platinum, we're real estate investors, we work with investors, and we have access to direct funds for acquisitions and developments, we're able to provide instant offers to property owners. right? Within 72 hours or less with cash in hand. So let me give you guys an example where this form recently brought us a business. There was a property listed in Rancho Palos Verdes, and this property owner saw our marketing for instant offer on a luxury magazine that we have and that we advertise on. And they came into the form, they came into the website, filled out the form, and we reached out to them. Turns out they had the property listed already with an agent for 2.9 million, but they were really interested in an instant offer. So we came in with our investor, we offered them 2.3, 600,000 of the list price, and we were able to get it. So this just shows the power of the instant offer program. You can have any kind of property owner come in and request an offer, and we're able to deliver quickly. So on that transaction, everyone's happy, right? Investor gets a good deal, 600,000 in the list. Property owner gets his quick escrow, gets his money quickly. And obviously, you as the agent, you make a commission and everybody's happy, right? And again, these are all on your website personally, and you're going to be upgraded soon. You're going to have your own entire website just for this program, right? But it's still in the works. So that's our instant offer program. As you guys can see, Erick went over it as well. Now I'm going to come into a program that Dean Thomas had mentioned, and it's our neighborhood relocation program. Okay, this is actually about to be trademarked, or already is trademarked by the eXp Platinum. It already is trademarked by the eXp Platinum. Okay, and so this program came about because Dean, when he was doing relocation for Remax in the 90s, he realized that they were always getting a third-party company involved when relocating an employee, right? And this third-party relocation company would make money by taking a third of Dean's commission, a third of this person involved in the relocation of the employee, the movers, or anyone else involved in the relocation of the employee. So Dean said, okay, well, what if we recreate this program, offer it to certain neighborhoods, disrupt and dominate that neighborhood, and pass those savings on to the property owner rather than paying this third-party relocation company, right? So that's how our neighborhood relocation program came about. Now, let me share with you guys a couple of them. Hold on, before I go there, let me explain to you how we select the neighborhood, okay? It has to be we suggest, right? You're empowered to do what you like, but we highly suggest you select the neighborhood with a high turnover and a high sales price, right? And that way, you can offer as low as 2.9% commission, and it still makes sense. You're still going to make a good amount of money with 2.9 commission. So I'm gonna show you guys now an example of the websites of the neighborhoods we're launching right now. This is Nate Butcher's Westridge neighborhood relocation program that we set up for him, right? You get this entire website, talks about the process, contact former people to inquire, and it has properties that are currently for sale in that neighborhood, right? And they can search for properties instantly and contact you directly. Yeah, and then you get the lead, obviously, when somebody fills out this form or calls you on the website. So this is what it looks like. We also have a couple other neighborhoods launched right now, which is like Peninsula, right? The Rolling Hills, Palos Verdes Peninsula. You can, like I said, guys, you guys can see how we empower you. You can either do 4.9, you could do 3.9, and then let me show you my personal neighborhood relocation program, which is Holly Glen. And this is another template that we're working on as well. As you guys see, I decided to do 2.9 because I really want to come in and disrupt this neighborhood. So let's think about it. Let's do some math, guys. This neighborhood, Holly Glen, has around 70 transactions a year, okay? And we're going to offer a 2.9% commission to everybody in that neighborhood, 1.4 for the listing side, 1.5 for the buyer side, right? And we already talked about why buyers agents are going to be okay with the 1.5. And what you do is you send postcards. We have a strategy, right? You send your marketing. We get you all the emails for the neighborhood. You start email marketing them monthly, phone calls, right? We have a whole strategy for the marketing process. But this neighborhood has 70 transactions. And if we plan to collect 10 to 25% of the listings from there a year, that's around 7 transactions. The average sales price is $1 million. Nowadays it is. And if you collect 1.4% of $1 million, that's around $14,000. So we said that if you get 10%, that's 7 transactions. So 7 transactions times $14,000. That's around $100,000 a year off your neighborhood relocation program alone. Okay, so that's the strategy behind the neighborhood relocation program. Select the neighborhood with high turnover, high sales price, and this is what corporations have done for a long time, right? To disrupt, to beat their competition in a certain area. They offer a high value offer at a low price, and you beat out all the agents in that neighborhood. Okay, This is just I'm scroll down the website a little bit more. This is a new template that we're working on, and it just offers kind of the same stuff in a different style. As you guys can see, we try to keep a very professional but very modern and attractive look to all of our marketing. So this is just another example of the website. Okay, guys. And actually, I'm closing an escrow next week from this neighborhood relocation program. And I forgot to mention that I have another escrow from my eSeller program as well that's going to be closing in a couple of weeks as well. So this is the property that we got from our neighborhood relocation program, so you guys can see. Okay. And now we actually have a couple more property owners who inquired about it. So we're about to completely dominate Holly Glen. Okay. And you guys can dominate the neighborhood that you select as well. Okay. Like Peninsula or West Ridge, whatever neighborhood you like. So now I'm going to move into the next part of my presentation, which is our niche marketing programs, right? It keeps going, guys. There's more and more and more value for you, okay? So our niche marketing program is designed to help you be the go-to expert for a certain niche in the industry, right? We have a couple examples here. Housesforveterans.com. I'm going to pull up the website for foreclosuresforbuyers.com, right? If you want to start talking to people who are foreclosures, you want to specialize in that, we'll create a custom website for you where you can, we have foreclosures here, talks about all your services, and we have FAQs, right? The information that we can provide. So you get, this is one, foreclosures for buyers. We have another one, executive FHA VA. People want to specialize in providing FHA and VA buyers service, right? We have another one here called the PGA West Golf Course Homes. Okay, we have an agent out in Palm Desert, so we created the specialized niche marketing program for him. Again, has properties for sale, talks about the process and your contact form. Okay, so this.
Eric, make a point that
Yeah.
our website has the individual's eXp that brings them the lead.
Right.
So they're getting their own business instead of being for leads.
Yeah, exactly. So these individual websites are traced back to the agent who owns it. So this is a gentleman in our company, Erick Conrad. If leads come in through here, it goes directly to him. They're able to search properties and get more information. Okay. I have another one myself. I'm trying to really get into the luxury market here in the Redondo Beach and beach areas. So I'm starting to tap into the market by leasing and helping people with leases, right? These luxury leases. So I have a program called leasebythebeach.com, which same thing. You guys can see properties, see the service, information about yourself. Okay. So leasebythebeach.com is the name of this one. Okay. Just so you can see it up here. So that's another rod in the water, guys. You guys have multiple rods in the water fishing for you, getting leads, getting business for you. Okay. And we have, and just so you know, we own over 300 domain names. Some of those include southbaynewhomes.com, californiafhava.com, and every state in the nation. I know we have a couple people out of state from here, right? If you want to take over texasfhava.com or floridafhava.com, right? We have the capability to set you up and become the go-to expert about it in that state. We already own the domain. We can get you set up. We have the system ready to go. And then there's a few more examples on there that we own, or you can come up with your own, right? If you have your own idea, right? You want to specialize in commercial, but a certain kind of commercial, you get the domain and we'll create something for you behind that as well. Yeah, and eBusiness Intellect is the one that's going to be, is our partner company that's going to be developing all of this for you. Okay, they're the ones who have developed all this for us as well. Okay, so that's another thing. You get your niche marketing program. So Dean mentioned earlier how we're not just going national, guys, we're going international, right? We're a team with a high ambition. We're going to help take these programs to a big scale. So as you guys can see, we've already created our vision and started preparing for this growth. We own all of these domains that you're seeing here on the screen. eXp Platinum Brazil, eXp Platinum Colombia, eXp Platinum UK, right? So you're going to be anybody who may not be from the US here or has connections and relationships out of the country. When eXp grows and we grow along with them, we're going to be able to grow it in that country as well. Additionally, you're able to build your team, right? So if you want to become the team under the eXp Platinum group, we have these domains available as well. Like we use mine as an example. eXp Claudio group, we have eXp Thomas group, right? Or if you have a brand name that you want to use, eXpDiamondServices.com, right? So these are all things that we have ready to go. And we have the infrastructure to create and get these systems going so that way we grow on a national and international level. All right. So I'm going to close out these websites here. So there's two things that we believe will get any agent a lot of business, right? And that's presentation is everything. You got to present yourself, make yourself look like a rock star, and talk to a lot of people. If you're doing those two things, you're bound to close some real estate deals. Okay. And we help you with the first one. We're going to make you look like a rock star. We're going to make you look, you're going to have a digital footprint all over the internet, different ways to create relationships with people. And one of those ways is an agent website. So I'm going to come into my personal website here, right? Again, we have eReal Estate Corp branding, but it's going to be eXp Platinum soon. As you guys can see, we try to keep a very nice, sleek style for it. This is my personal website. This is where I send people. And you're going to have a website that looks something similar to it as well. So as I told you guys earlier, you get your own customized versions of forms. As you come into my website, you have the instant offer on your property form. Same one as I showed you guys earlier, but just for me. And we can have it just for you. Anybody fills out this form, it comes directly to me. And additionally, we can integrate all these systems, guys. You want this to go to your CRM, you want this to go to your email system. We can set all that up to make automations. So now I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. And in this section, right, you can put a picture of yourself, your contact information, your bio. And we have a button here, download my resume, right? So I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys. I've worked at companies before where I'm grinding, calling property owners, trying to find a listing appointment. Finally, someone says, yes, Eric, come meet with me, talk to me about selling my property, right? Then I realized I don't have some kind of presentation to bring along with me that talks about me or myself or my team, right? Well, that's not something you have to worry about with us because we already have it created for you, okay? This is a total of 26-page presentation package. We empower you to select the pages that you like or don't like. I cut mine down to 14 pages, but the total template is 24 pages. I like to have 5, 6 of these packages printed out, have them in my car and just handing them out as I need them, just ready to go, right? And additionally, you know, we lay it out on your website, like I just showed you, but this is just a quick scroll through of all everything that's on the package. It talks about valuable information that anybody can learn from, okay?
Go to the most powerful page, is the personal guarantee.
No. So this is what your package will look like, something similar to this, okay? And again, we put it on your website for you, your resume. I love it. I love attaching it on my email. If you guys ever get an email from me, you're gonna see at the bottom, click my resume. People click that, get directly to my resume. I just put this thing everywhere. People love it. They love getting a whole package of information about you, okay? Put your social media links on here. Send me a message form as well. That'll go directly to whatever system you'd like. You get your personalized IDX feed. And on this IDX feed, we have properties that are currently listed with the company now. And you can select what area, sorry guys, got an ambulance coming by. You can select what area you want to display on your website. So if you want to display in your neighborhood or maybe your neighborhood relocation program, we can set up to show all those properties here. And I like to set it up where the newest listings are in the front, okay? So scroll down, we can help you guys advertise your app. I'm sure most of us here are MLS members, and you get a app that you can have people search properties on and do other things like a mortgage calculator. You can advertise it here, get some downloads. So this is where I go over my services. I told you guys earlier, you get your own personalized version of the forms. So this is my eBuyer form. Same thing like the one I showed you guys earlier. People can come in, fill all this out. They're able to sign it on the website. Same thing with eFull service, submit your property for sale, and the eSeller service as well. So I don't know how, there's one more thing. I don't know how many of you take advantage of this, but we also get a MLS cloud analysis tool. And so we actually link this up on your website as well, so people can come request market analysis on their property. So that's another lead for you as well to sell some real estate, okay? So I have a monthly newsletter. People can come in, sign in on my monthly newsletter, and then I show some love to my associates and vendors on this part of my website as well. So this is something that your website is gonna look like. Again, this is all designed by our eBusiness Intellect team. So if anybody out there like that joins us and wants to make a small customization, like move this button to that side, those kind of things, easy edits are very easy to do for you guys, okay? So this is what something your website's gonna look like. I showed you guys the resume package, right? And then additionally, we also help you set up a link tree kind of website. So I know those are very popular nowadays. A lot of people are interested in having all their links on one place. This is an agent that recently joined our team, Elliot. And right here, we lay out all of his links for him, okay? So you have a page that looks something like that as well. And that's the link tree, something else that we help you present yourself. Okay. Now moving on to our email database system. So what you guys are seeing there is a screenshot of our personal database system. The last time we sent an email, we sent it to a certain segment in our list. We had 9,790 opens, 484 people click. Okay, so we want to help you set up something like this for yourself as well. Yeah, that's like about a 10% open rate. So you guys can have your own system where you can set in your emails. We'll put your neighborhood relocation emails in here, any niche marketing programs that we can in here. So you can start marketing to them monthly. Okay, so that's your email database system. Okay, so here's now I'm switching over to another side, guys, which is our, we help you create all of these marketing programs and tools, right? But we also we've invested in real estate with our agents. We have agents in our group who are investors, and we have access to direct funds to do so. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is an example of a property that was recently listed and sold by our team. It was a property in the city of Torrance on Hawthorne Boulevard. It was a 4,500 square foot office condo space. Within this space, there was 7 parcel numbers. And so Dean Thomas and George Lara, with our agents, they bought it and they divided that space into 3 different units. Okay, so this became one large unit into 3 separate ones. They sold them individually. They bought the property for around $1.2 million. After selling everything, they ended up selling for around 2.1, giving them an $800,000 profit. This is just one example of how we help our agents be investors. We have access to direct funds to do so, and we'll team up with you as well as long as the deal makes sense. Okay. So additionally, we also offer the benefits of CoStar. So I'm not sure how many of you on here are familiar with CoStar. This is basically the MLS for commercial. Okay, and so we may be able to provide some of you, depends on where you are, with phone numbers to multifamily and commercial property owners. Okay, and I've personally done a lot of cold calling, guys, and I got to tell you, these are probably the most accurate phone numbers that I've ever seen. What's great is that about the people you're talking to from this source are talking to about they're investors, so they own commercial properties, they own multifamily properties, and usually, as we know, investors, if they're not selling, they're probably interested in buying a good deal. So you can end up with a whole database of potential investors looking for their next deal that you can send properties to consistently. Okay, so that's another benefit we offer, which is CoStar. So now I showed you guys all of these amazing ways that we market and create websites for. Well, how do we keep track of it? One way is through Google Analytics. You guys can see here on the slide that we had 2,000 people visit our website in March. So this is the kind of traffic that we're getting. And we track it on Google Analytics. Additionally, we also track it on something called Hotjar. And Hotjar is very interesting, guys. It gives us some very detailed information. I'm actually going to pull up the live account right now. And as you guys can see, we have every time somebody visits our website, it literally live records everything they do. Okay, so let me pick a good one here so you guys can see the example. So somebody came in to our one of our agents' website, Susan Ernest, right? They were in there for 16 minutes. Let's play the recording. So as you guys can see, it's recording this person's cursor, recording everything they did, right? So we're literally seeing what people are clicking, what are they not, what are the hot spots on our website, and the eXp Platinum agents can get a monthly report on this as well with all the recordings on their marketing. Okay. When the last month has been 2,000 visits to our website. Okay, yeah. So this is live in real live time, guys. We had somebody come in just a little while ago. I think the time zone is different for the company, which is why we're seeing different times on there. But let me click another one. Just one more example for you guys. Somebody came in on my website. They were in there for 1 minute and 13 seconds. Let's click the recording. And so this one, you can see they came in on a cell phone, right? You guys can see how the screen's more narrow. It recorded everything they did on their cell phone. They came in on the iPhone or they were on through Safari. So this is just an example, guys, of how detailed we are at paying attention to what people are doing on our website. Okay, and you guys will be able to see that information as well. So that's how we track our stuff. So guys, I know I just went over a lot of stuff, but I have one more tool to go over, and that's project management and accountability tool we use called Basecamp. Okay, and Basecamp has 3 sections. The first, anybody who joins the Platinum Group gets access to this entire system. And it has 3 sections. The top one is the eReal Estate Corp HQ, which is going to be eXp Platinum Group, okay? And on here, everybody in the team gets added. And the most important section on here is the docs and files. And here we have placed already cold calling scripts, lead mailer letters, presentations, logos. We have a sensitivity analysis sheet where you can come in and put the numbers in for a development and get the proceeds, send that to your investor. Then we have sample work schedules. Anybody out there needs help creating a schedule? We got some sample work schedules that you can use, or you can use our list of business, right? Of targeted sources for business. We have a company presentation and you'll be able to access our logo. So this is the most important part on the company HQ. And we're consistently adding to this as well, guys. We're adding more and more resources for you guys to use. So yeah, that's what I'm, yeah. So then we have another section called teams. And here you get your own section. Let me click on mine, for example. And on here, you're able to do several things. You're able to set up your to-do list, right? You have anything you need to work on, then you set up your to-do list. You have your presentation and any documents and files you want to save on here. You could also set up your schedule, okay? And the app will remind you, or you get emails, and you can also link it to your Google Calendar as well. So it also keeps a very nice timeline of everything that you do, guys. So it's just a great way to be organized and keep track of things. So I told you guys that we also use this as an accountability tool, okay? And this is how. So every day, Basecamp, at the end of the day at 4:30 is gonna ask you, what did you work on today? Simple question. You guys are independent contractors. I know you guys got into this business to be your own boss. We wanna help you be accountable. So when Basecamp asks you, what did you work on today, you're able to fill it out. In turn, you end up with a collection, almost like a journal of everything you work on every single day. So you're able to come back and look at everything you worked on, share it with people that you're maybe helping grow, share it with the people that you're maybe adding to your team. And additionally, it's also going to ask you on every Monday, what are you working on this week? And you fill that out as well, and you end up with a nice little story of that as well. So that's the team section. Finally, there's a project section. And on the project section, you're able to do exactly what you guys saw in this last one. But let's say me and Nate wanted to team up and do a marketing campaign. I would say, Nate, let's create a Basecamp project. So that way we can keep track of all of our documents, our schedule, our to-do list, everything on here. And we can even add automatic check-ins for it as well. If I want to ask Nate every day, you know, how many people he's talked to, it'll ask him automatically. And it keeps a nice timeline as well, like I showed you guys earlier. So that's how Basecamp works, guys. You get complete access to that. Now, as you guys know, we mentioned, we were eReal Estate Corp. We saw a lot of value in how we can accelerate our systems and tools with eXp. So we decided to join them, right? So everything I showed you guys is for the eXp Platinum agents, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. You also get all of the actual eXp benefits, which you can see on this list. Some are like the eXp World Online Campus. You get 100% commission opportunities, guys. And actually, Nate Butcher, who's on this call, goes over all of these programs in detail every Friday at 10 a.m. So everybody who's on here, I would highly suggest you join Nate's call on Friday so you can learn about all these benefits as well, because it's also something you're getting when you join our team. Yeah, so this is the link. You go to zoomlivewithnate.com. And like I said, these are just some of the systems. You guys can learn a little bit more about it on Friday. So a little bit, just thank you for attending, guys. That's the end of my presentation for me. And this is our board of directors. You can call any of us here anytime. And thank you, guys. I'm Erick Claudio once again. I look forward to working with you guys. I'm going to get Dean Thomas back here. He's going to wrap it up, okay?
You guys doing okay? That was quite a mouthful. I'm going to tell you that young man, Erick Claudio, is very impressive. We started working together a few years ago, and since the day we've worked together, it's been a really, really good rollout. He also is quite a rapper. He has another company called Literate Music. I'm going to give that one a little tag because we have a little bit of fun here. But, you know, I'm really thankful for all of you coming today. There's a lot of people on here. I see how many people are on here. I see most of your names. If you would like to be a part of the eXp Platinum Group, it is official today that Dean Thomas is the leader of the Platinum Group. And our goal is to accelerate everybody's career, make more money, and have a lot of fun. So I'm going to share one thing with you guys. At the beginning, it said I was trained by Tony Robbins, by Mike Ferry, and Tom Hopkins. Now, to know Tom Hopkins' name, you have to be around for a while, because Tom Hopkins was the trainer back in the late 70s and early 80s. Then Mike Ferry is Tom Ferry's father, and I spent some time with Mike, and he told me to do. He had a seminar that was geared to making over 100,000 a year, and I went to it in 1988. And Mike Ferry said, "Dean, get three things: business hours, meaning what time am I going to work and what time is it over?" He said, "Get a marketing budget," because at that time I had none. So I created, and by the way, Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola, Mike Ferry told me, spend 1/3 of their income on marketing. Can you imagine that? Pepsi Cola spends 1/3 of their income on marketing. I can't afford to do that. But I decided if I wanted to make 100 grand, I had to spend 10% of my income on marketing. So I spent $10,000 that year because I wanted to make 100, and I made 179. So Mike Ferry gave me the best advice ever. Have business hours, have a marketing budget, and know how to say no to people, because people will run you dry, right? So now that was Mike Ferry. Now, Tony, I'm going to give you a little tip from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said you need to have peak performance. You don't need to be at your best all day, but you need to be at your best when you need to be at your best. Tony Robbins. So it's 30-minute peak performance, right? And I hope that you all saw, you spent 1 hour of your time. I see a lot of names on here, and some of you people make over $1 million a year that are on this phone right now. Some of you are $2 million, $3 million earners, and some of you make 100. And for you to spend an hour with us, I hope we gave you peak performance. That's what our job was, right? So Tom Hopkins, I don't even remember what he said because I was only 18, 19, 20 years old that I went to his seminars. Oh, but the fourth one I went to, that was a game changer, you guys. Susan Ernest went to it with me. A few of the agents in this meeting went to it with me. In 2006, see, I started onlineloans.com back in 1996, and I sold it a couple years ago, right? But in 2006, I went to a seminar that I paid $1,500 for. It was a weekend seminar, and it was about how technology and real estate integrate. And I walked out of that seminar that I spent $1,500 for, and I paid their company $1,500 to create a website for me. That website was called Foreclosures for Buyers. Now, I'm a commercial realtor as well, so I have foreclosedincomeproperties.com as well. When I walked out of iPromote, and I got that Foreclosures for Buyers site and the Foreclosed Income Property site, Foreclosures for Buyers generated me 3,000 leads in the first year. While everybody was hurt in 2006, 2007, 2008, we were producing like wildfire. So I own newhomesbeverlyhills.com. Anybody know where Manhattan Strand is? I own manhattanstrand.com, hermosastrand.com, newhomestorrance.com, New Homes Santa Monica, Long Beach. Now, wherever I have a New Homes, I also own foreclosures. So I own 90210. You guys know where 90210 is? I own 90210 foreclosures. It's a domain name that's dead. And I'm going to build this group. Thank you for eXp inviting me to their forum. The agents that are here are going to have access to every tool we've created. And I'm really proud of the tools we created. And I can assure you, if you look up Dean Thomas's name, two things. You could look up my name, Dean Thomas Real Estate, and you can hit the video button. You'll see 40, 50 videos out there. I created a video for investors called The Theory of 10. It's a 3-minute video. It talks about strategically investing in real estate. One of the agents that are here that are with another company, I sold their family all their real estate unless they bought something else. Huh, Carol? Anyways, I just love the real estate business. But the Theory of 10, I wanted investors to have an investment strategy. So I told my investors, and I encourage all of you to, go to The Theory of 10 by Dean Thomas. I have so many investors calling me up, telling me I need another property because I got to get to 10. Now, if that's not fun, I don't know what fun is in real estate. So at the Platinum Group, when we make your schedule, there's one thing that I learned. The first thing I put on my schedule is my vacation. And after I put on my vacation, which is going to be 2 weeks, twice a year, then I put in my work. And I fill in how many hours I work. And I know specifically what I'm going to do during those hours. But I plan the vacation first. Then everything is built around the vacation. So I'm going to thank you right now, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's been a while. On that last page of the deck is our numbers and all that kind of stuff. I hope you guys got it off there. We will email you guys the program. We're very easily accessible. And again, thank you for joining us today. And Nate and Rod Gordy, I want to just give a shout out. Rod Gordy with Fidelity Title. Rod knew that I had all these programs that I wanted to launch nationally. And I didn't know what to do with them. And he hooked me up with Nate Butcher. And I met Nate about a month ago after somebody else recruited me from eXp. Somebody sent me a bottle of champagne from eXp. I never talked to him once. But when Rod at Fidelity Title told me that I should talk to Nate Butcher, Jim Carollo and Rod Gordy at Fidelity Title will help you accelerate your business. So I just want to put that out there. If you don't know those two gentlemen, Jim Carollo and Rod Gordy at Fidelity Title, they will help you accelerate your business just like our Platinum Group will. So with that, I have nothing else. I'm not going to take any questions. If you want to talk to us directly, please send me a text. If somebody sends me a text in 5 minutes, I'll answer the phone. Enjoy the afternoon, okay?